Association in South Africa, NICASA, has condemned the death of a 40-year-old Nigerian citizen, Benjamin Okoli, while in police custody in the country.
You know, when I talk ill of Nigerians will come to my comment section and say, your father and your mother, yourself, you people are also included. Of course, yes. When I say Nigerians have criminal tendencies, the first person you should look at is myself.
I am SP Edafe Bright, and this is Delta State Police Command. We've come to realize that the business of baby factory is on the increase, and we are going to fight it head on.
If you've heard, but 2 Nigerian brothers are presently in prison in America for what is called sextortion. Sextortion is when somebody on the internet, usually on a social media platform, tricks someone else into sending them nude pictures or videos, and then they will demand for money or other things while threatening to share that picture or videos with the world.
Hi, welcome to another episode right here on the Stable of Life of an African Woman. Yes, guys, we are back at it again with another interesting expository, most importantly, a bit controversial kind of topic. Like I said, soft reminder, this is where we put our cards on the table based on issues that affect us directly and indirectly as citizens of different countries, right? First of all, I want to thank you so much for your constant love and support on here on this platform, and I can't take it for granted. Like, the love is massive, and I'm so happy and glad that currently I am definitely attracting and uniting people who understand what it means for Africans amidst our differences, amidst our challenges, and amidst all we go through individually as citizens from different countries. We put everything aside, our differences aside, and fall into one, not because we ought to, but because we know the strength and the power in unity, love and oneness, and most importantly, our concern for humanity, right? And once again, let me use this opportunity to say happy Valentine. Happy Valentine to each and every one of you. This video might definitely be dropped on the 14th, okay? But whenever you're seeing this video, just take it from me to you that I'm saying happy Valentine. Much love, so much love from me to you, regardless of our issues. We must celebrate love, okay? And at this point, if you're yet to like this video, I kindly oblige you, hit on the like button. You might forget, right? And if you find this space quite interesting and where you think you need to be, don't make it your last by hitting on the subscription button and on the bell icon next to it, so that you always be notified whenever new episodes are posted on this platform, because we are coming up back to back with more interesting, more inspiring, captivating, expository, and mind-blowing episodes, right? And with that being said, let's delve into what we have for today. So first off, disclaimer here, I want to put it out here that everything I'm going to say is based off my own perspective, opinion, based on reaction and analysis. Of course, when there are actions, it calls for reactions. And because I understand the fact that I am dealing with people of different races, different colors, and different countries, we are all different, and we have a different opinion, perception, reactions, and thoughts towards issues, especially trivial issues like the one we're going to be talking about. So let's keep it civil, matured, and very respectful in the comment section. No hard feelings, no emotions. Like, I am trying very hard to put all emotions in check, right? I don't want to get overboard. Now, it's been trending over the week now, based on what is going on. Particularly, let's touch on the one that has to do with the media, bringing to the knowledge of the public that about 1 or 2 citizens of Nigeria were unalived in the South African prison, and more so claiming that or stating that it's been a thing. And don't worry, we are definitely going to get a clip of all those videos. So let me just state what we are about to see and prepare you for what you're about to see. But at the end of the day, no matter the video clips I'm definitely going to show, what is more important is you hearing from my own point of view before you draw your conclusions and summary, right? Good. Now, the thing is, that video made so many rounds, right, on the internet, and so many Nigerians had a lot to say about it. But before we get into that, in this episode, I'm definitely going to state the facts raw and undiluted, nothing but the bitter truth. Because if you know, on here we do not sugarcoat, fine-tune things. We don't work with emotions, but we work with the reality of life. We say things just how it should be. But first off, bear in mind that no country is perfect. Like, every country have their internal issues. Every country have their good, their bad, and their ugly. But of all countries in Africa, there are countries that are known for certain things, and it has come to play a very negative role when it comes to their tag, their attitude, their characteristics, and everything. And Nigeria is amongst one of those countries. Let's not lie. But this does not dispute the fact that no countries have all their shit together. There are crime committers in all countries. If I sit down here and tell us that all countries are perfect except Nigeria, it means I'm lying to myself, right? But we'll get to details, more details, in-depthly, in the course of me exposing some of these clips. Now, in the clips you're about to see, first off, is a video they think had happened in South Africa. Let's take that first, and I will come back to play more clips.
This association in South Africa, NICASA, has condemned the death of a 40-year-old Nigerian citizen, Benjamin Okoli, while in police custody in the country. Mr. Benjamin Okoli's death comes less than a month after the association's condemnation of the alleged killing of another Nigerian, 50-year-old Jeremiah Okoye, who died in police custody on the 13th of January. The NICASA President General, Dr. Frank Onyekwelu, described the death of both Nigerians in South Africa as unbearable. He says Benjamin Okoli from Akpu in Orumba, South Anambra State, is survived by his wife and a child. She was allegedly stopped and searched by police officers and taken to his house with his brother for further inspection, where he was allegedly tortured, beaten, and brutalized without anything found on him by the police. According to Dr. Frank Onyekwelu, Mr. Okoli could not withstand the assault. He allegedly fell into a coma with the police watching his body, trying fruitlessly to revive him, and paramedics later pronounced him dead. Dr. Onyekwelu says investigations into the death of Jeremiah Okoye last month was still ongoing when Benjamin Okoli died in similar circumstances at the hand of the same police units. Joining me live from Johannesburg, South Africa is Reverend Frank Onyekwelu, the president of Nigerian Citizens Association in South Africa. Thank you so much for joining us at this time. Let's talk about the situation. How devastating is this for you? We might be reading this story and not understand the gravity of the situation Nigerians are facing in South Africa. So please give us an understanding of this.
Thank you for having me this afternoon, and good afternoon to all the viewers all over the globe. We are still in shock of the devastating news. It is something that we are trying to come to terms with and comprehend, but yet repeating it over and over in our mind makes us wonder why. What have we done? What crime have we committed? Has nationality come to be a criminality? In my little understanding, I understand that crime has no nationality. But seeing the series of death over the country of South Africa, especially Nigerian nationals, it is alarming. Just a few weeks back, we buried a Nigerian in Cape Town that died in the custody of police. Coupled with the recent ones that are happening in Limpopo, for the past 1 year, I can tell you now critically that about 10 or 15 Nigerians have lost their life in the hands of police. The alarming one is this trend that is growing in Limpopo province in South Africa, where a particular set of police officials will target Nigerians, stop them, drive them to their house, destroy all cameras or all surveillance units just to cover their tracks, and then start torturing them, either because of hate or in the process of maybe requesting them to pay up some money and they are refusing. Then they will torture them, forcing them to bring out whatsoever they are demanding. In the place they find nothing. It becomes a case of intimidation, harassment, and sometimes you don't know who is alive, who is healthy. And that is how these two incidents has occurred within a month.
Okay.
Late Mr. Benjamin Okoli lost his life, where he can no longer withstand the beating and the torture. That is.
Wow. So, Reverend, in all of this now, has the association been able to write to the Nigerian High Commission in South Africa on this development?
Yes, our association has written to the Acting High Commissioner, Ambassador Alexander Ajayi, and also written to the Consul General that is based in Johannesburg, Ambassador Omar Bashe, and bringing the whole incident and news to them. Currently, the consular officers are also aware and communication has been established between the IPID, which is the department that deals with investigation that has to do with police officers in South Africa. So we are hoping that such investigation will go speedily without any stone being left unturned, that the perpetrators will be brought to book. We are hoping so.
All right. All right, Reverend Frank Oyekwule, thank you so much. For want of time, we have to go quickly. Thank you so much for talking to us on this.
Thank you for this time, for having me.
Pause. Now, guys, based off what we have watched, first off, it stated that investigations are ongoing, and I would also love if anyone from South Africa residing closest to the city where this incident had happened to throw more light on that, because we are not drawing conclusions and we're not definitely going to be biased and sentimental, but for the sake of life being lost and humanity, and for the fact that this said person have not been really confirmed of his actions and inactions, I would say may his soul rest in peace, because no life is worth losing. But exception to the fact that a criminal, if confirmed a criminal, is not supposed to be spared, because for you to commit a crime, especially grievous crime, you have to face the law and pay the price. But for the fact that this has been stated and we have not really gotten a concrete information of what transpired, because for me, this is personal now, I can't imagine that a citizen of Nigeria would just be about his or her business without any form of crime and whatsoever, and the police in South Africa would just apprehend him for no reason, and there was no confrontation, no altercation or whatsoever, and begin to, you know, molest a man like this for no just cause and no reason. Like I said, allegedly, because it has not been proven what really led to the whole scenario, right? And let's not attach sentiment to what has been said, nor bias. But looking at it logically, how can it be that you are a citizen that is law-abiding and focused on doing the right thing, and exception to the fact that there are abnormalities and unforeseen occurrences, you are not found guilty and the police will come for you? Like, make it make sense. And judging from the fact that at the end of the day, there are other Nigerian citizens, I've got them in the comment section, who are also living freely, law-abiding and adhering to the rules and regulations, the principles of what a citizen should be up to in another man's country, is also a reason to say that there is more to it, right? There is more to it. If only we have more details, information, like they said, investigation is ongoing. If it is true, at the end of the day, I trust the South African government to do their thing. But if it is false and this man was actually guilty, right, guilty, in the course of confrontation, there was altercation and back and forth, he was hit, then we can say that yes, maybe this would have led to this. But guys, the thing is, at the end of the day, there's no country's citizens are insane. And as a citizen of any country, going to another country, what's expected of you is to be of the best behavior. Even if you're not a criminal and you're being confronted by the police, your attitude, your approach, your manners matter a great deal, right? And judging from the fact that already South Africans have already been known and noted based on the fact that they tag them as xenophobic, right? There's nothing South Africans will say to defend this cause that will make Nigerians want to accept the fact that, yes, this was not intentional, or this was not what the media is now portraying it to be. And this is not to say that there's any reason to unalive people, whether directly or indirectly, except the law has stated it clearly that this person should pay the price for their crimes, right? Aside that, it is not justified. So no sentiment attached. This is pending. But moving on now, the thing is, bringing it back to Nigerians, because this has a lot to do with Nigerians and say about us as Nigerians. If you are a Nigerian citizen living in another man's country, you left your country, the question is, how are you portraying yourself and the country in the positive limelight or in the negative limelight? Which category of individual do you belong, right? Because you can't expect that at the end of the day, you will be in another man's country and doing things that does not sit well with their laws, their rules and their regulations, their culture and everything whatsoever, and you expect that it will go down well with you. They will always react, which the best is police apprehending you and charging you to court, and if found guilty, you have to pay the price. Now, let it not look as though Nigerians at the end of the day are totally exempted. Like I said earlier on, if you can understand, every country have crimes going on in their country, both committed by the citizens and non-citizens, especially foreigners, which is the most distasteful and very annoying, offensive part of it is foreigners coming into your country. If your country citizens are doing a thing, it's easier to navigate, control, and manage the situation than when it is foreigners coming into your country and committing this crime. Right? Now, let it not seem as though it's because it's South Africa. African man doing an African man, the color, the racism, and all whatnot. Now, let's play a clip of what Nigerians, right, are doing to themselves in Nigeria. And also a clip of Nigerians doing to the United States as a country and as a people and how it was being handled. This is as reported by other creatives and seen on the media, not by me. Then I will come back and draw my final conclusions.
I am SP Edafe Bright, and this is Delta State Police Command. We've come to realize that the business of baby factory is on the increase, and we are going to fight it head on. The other day, we saw 3 women who were about transporting 3 different babies to Abuja through Asaba International Airport. Thank God they were caught and they were arrested. Today, we're having 3 suspects. This is the mother of a child who is a week and few days old. She gave the child to this woman, and this woman sold that child to this woman for the sum of 4 million naira. Though she claimed it was 3.5 million naira she collected, the person who bought said she bought for 4 million naira. The mystery about this whole thing is that the lady who sold for 4 million or 3.5 million as it claims gave the mother of the child not even up to 600,000. When the mother of the child went back to the people who were taking care of her while she was pregnant, they noticed that she was no longer carrying the baby in her womb. When they asked her, "Where is your baby?" that was when she now opened up that she sold the baby for 600,000 naira. Lo and behold, she was arrested. The person who we suspected was also arrested. She was that one who now told us that no, she handed over the lady to this particular woman for a reason which we are not going to make public for now, because she believed that this woman will be able to take care of her. She never knew that the woman would take advantage of this whole situation and make money out of it. So we'll be interviewing them now, but before we do that, I would like us to see the baby, because we have the baby here. Okay, as you can see, this is the baby that the mother gave away. This child, she's not even up to 2 weeks old. The mother gave this child away without being breastfed. I asked the person who bought, and she said what they intend to do is to grow the baby with baby food. This is the baby that the mother is alive. Well, I don't know what we are turning into. Let's go and interview the mother of the child, the seller, and also the receiver. My friend, what is your name?
My name is Rachel.
Try and be audible.
My name is Rachel.
Rachel, you are from where?
Asaba.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
How many children do you have?
I have one.
One?
A boy.
A boy. This one you just gave birth to is, what's her gender? She's a girl. Okay. Then when did you give birth to this baby? 27. 27. Okay, so why did you give the baby away?
I give the baby away because I'm the only one that's taking care of the father of the child. He denied me.
So okay, the father of the child denied you?
Yes.
Okay, who took care of you when you were pregnant?
I took care of myself. I struggled because I was going to people's compound to clean, to do some chores. I'm the one that took care of myself.
Okay, so who took you to this lady now?
It was one Miss Patrick.
Okay, one Mrs. Patrick. Okay, when he was taking you to her, was she aware that you wanted to sell the child?
I told her that let her help me, that I don't have, my hand is not strong enough to carry 2 babies to be training.
Okay, how much was your child sold?
And she gave me 600, but she said I should settle her, this and that.
Who gave you 600?
This woman.
Which woman?
This lady, the fair one.
The fair one.
On pink.
Okay, so you should settle her inside that 600.
Yes, the hospital bill, and I gave her 30.
You know, so what came to you now is 570,000.
Yes.
Okay, I will come back to you. Madam, how much did you sell that baby?
35.
What's 35?
3.5.
3.5 what?
A million.
3.5 million naira.
Yes, sir.
So how much did you give to the mother of the child?
600.
And she said she gave you 30,000 naira again.
No, that was the money she took from me earlier on before that day.
So why would you sell the baby for 3.5 million and give the mother of the child less than you give the mother of the child 600,000?
She said that she want to do her business.
So the remaining 4.9 million now, where is it?
3.
3 points. You sold for 3.5. Okay, the remaining 2.9 million naira, where is it?
It's there. I did not touch it. I just only remove.
Where is it? Your account?
It's in my account.
In your account. Okay,
I didn't touch it.
Who did you sold the baby to? Who you said the pikin give?
This woman.
This woman. She sold to her for how much?
35.
3.5 million naira. Okay, this child, how old is this child?
A week 1 day now. I think 11 days.
Does it make any sense to take a baby from the mother, a child that is supposed to be going through the process of breastfeeding?
She said that she don't want to breastfeed because she want to remove she don't need that relationship.
Okay, don't you know the legal process of giving up a child?
I knew because I knew that I gave her the paper and I called
You gave her which paper?
I gave her.
You are the one that want to expose yourself now. You understand?
I was doing
so you are the one that want to expose yourself now. You understand? And you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying. One thing is to commit a crime. One thing is to know that you have committed a crime. One thing is to do bad, and one thing is to realize that what you have done is bad. You sold a child for 3.5 million and you gave the mother 600,000. Okay, ma. You are from where, ma?
I'm from Ika.
Ika. So how did you approach this woman here that you wanted the child?
When there's a lady in my area that I told her that I want to adopt a child in a legit way.
In a legit way?
Yes.
Okay,
then
well,
she now said,
in as much as you would like us to tell us many things, most of those things will do in your statement because I'm managing time. Just tell me for short, how much did you pay for that child?
4 million.
4 million. Who did you give the money to?
This lady.
Touch her. Okay. So you gave her 4 million naira?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And she told you the child was how old?
She said he's a day old.
If you really want to get a child through the legal way, who told you that you have to pay so much to get that child? What are the documents you signed before the child was given to you?
She told me that the document is in process, that she will bring it. Then later, she now
taking to any orphanage home, or were you taking to Ministry of Women Affairs in the whole process?
No, she told me that she...
Forget about what she told you. Were you talking to any of these offices before the child was given to you?
No.
Okay, thank you. You say you are from where again?
From Ika.
Ika, how old are you?
I'm 42.
Do you have a husband?
Yes.
Is he aware of this thing that you did?
I told him.
Okay. Okay, well, because I'm trying to manage my time, I will not be able to go into the entire details through this interview, but the long and short story of it all is that little baby you see is just less than 2 weeks old, and the mother gave away the child, according to her, because she cannot take care of the child, and the father of the child denied responsibility of a pregnant.
I don't know if you've heard, but 2 Nigerian brothers are presently in prison in America for what is called sextortion. Sextortion is when somebody on the internet, usually on a social media platform, tricks someone else into sending them nude pictures or videos, and then they will demand for money or other things while threatening to share that picture or videos with the world if they don't give them what they asked for. Basically, they get you to send your nude pictures or videos, and then they will use it to blackmail you. So in 2022, these Nigerian brothers, 24-year-old Samuel Ogoshi, 21-year-old Samson Ogoshi, and a third suspect, his name is Ezekiel Roberts, used a hacked Instagram account of an American teenage girl to send messages to a 17-year-old high school student, Jordan DeMay, in Michigan. So they were pretending to be a beautiful girl that was interested in him, and they did all this from Nigeria, by the way, from Lagos, Nigeria. And while they were chatting with him, they convinced him, well, he thought that it was a girl that convinced him, well, they convinced him to send nude pictures, and he did. And that was when they now revealed that they're actually scammers and that he must send them $1,000. If not, that they will send his nude pictures to all his Instagram friends, that they've already screenshotted all his followers on Instagram, and that going by his timeline, they know his school, and they will send the pictures to his school. Unfortunately for Jordan, all this happened in the middle of the night. He started chatting with them at night. His parents were not aware that he was chatting with a fake girl. They were already in their room. He sent them all that he had, $300. And the Nigerian guy said it's not enough. They kept threatening him that they would release the pictures. The exchange went on for hours into the middle of the night. He begged them, they refused. And then he said to them that at this point he had no other option than to kill himself. And the Nigerian guys responded, good, do it fast or I'll make you do it, I swear to God. So while his parents slept, in the middle of the night, they suddenly had a gunshot. Jordan killed himself that night. From the moment that they started chatting with him to the moment that he killed himself, it was 6 hours. During their investigation, the police looked through his phone and then they saw his messages with the Nigerian guys. And so it became a federal case. FBI took over the investigation. They contacted the Nigerian government asking for them to send the suspects to the US for justice. The Nigerian government agreed and they extradited the 2 brothers earlier this year. In April, they both pleaded guilty. In this month, September, they were both sentenced to 17 and a half years in prison. The third suspect, Ezekiel Roberts, is still fighting his own extradition to the US at a Nigerian court. So he's in court fighting not to be brought to the US. But honestly, thanks to the Nigerian government for working with the FBI to make this happen. Huge shout out to the Nigerian government for doing this. We truly appreciate you. According to the Justice Department, Jordan is just one of 100 victims of these Nigerian guys. About a dozen of them are minors. First of all, My deepest condolences to Jordan's family. Honestly, I cannot even imagine what they've been going through since this thing happened in 2022. You know, it's like living in a nightmare, really. They thought that their children were protected, but somehow these Nigerian guys found themselves into the life of their son, and directly or indirectly, they killed him. So it's basically like living in a nightmare. Now, before
was after rescuing the wife of a former Assistant Inspector General of Police who was kidnapped in Ogun State. Journalists converged on the first headquarters for an update.
The 5th edition, with the theme improving.
The police public relations officer announces the arrest of 2 persons allegedly involved in the kidnap.
These suspects were arrested in the early hours of today, Friday, the 21st of January 2025, while on their way out of Lagos State. Upon interrogation, they confessed to their crime, belonging to a gang of some men, 2 of whom have been neutralized previously by police operatives in Ogun State. Recovered from the suspect upon their arrest were the sum of 2 million naira, 2,250,000 naira only, which was part of the requested ransom, and 2 locally fabricated rifles and some live cartridges and ammunition of various calibers.
Okay, why are you here?
Why I'm here is that I do kidnapping.
Who kidnap?
Now one woman.
From where?
From Aroko side.
From?
Aroko side.
Aroko side?
Aroko side.
How you finish Aroko?
Now from Aroko, now I finish Aroko.
Who give you the job?
Now one man give us the job.
Who be the man?
No man, I don't know his name, but all the 2 people who show about me just now, one know him.
Okay, how many of you do the kidnapping?
No man, we'll be 4 people now we do the kidnapping. Plus that one where I don't know, we'll be 5.
How many gonna carry go there?
No man, now 3 gun we carry go, but now local one. Now 2 now they tell you okay, I don't feel that. Now local one, but 1 will be double, the 2 will be single.
Where are for kidnapper?
From Aroko side.
Aroko side. Where are kidnapper? Where are carry go?
From that back of our bush now we carry and go. You know, say all this thing where they there, there are many.
What's it?
I don't know till the
country.
The country. There are plenty from the bush.
How many days you have to go?
The people like 1 week with 2 days time.
How much you have demand?
We demand 40 million naira.
How much they don't pay?
They can't pay 20 million naira.
How much you share the 20 million?
I should share the 20 million naira. I collect 4.2. 4.250. And so also my brothers them, so them take collect.
4.250?
Yes.
Where the money they now?
As they come block the motor when we they enter they come. So from the motor now we drop the money to come out.
Where are drop the money?
From the inside the motor.
The money inside the motor now? The money inside the motor now?
You know, sir, I come out for the motor. For my back, I don't know waiting happen.
Where,
I don't come.
Where you drop the money for the motor?
Inside the seat of my front now I drop them.
Sit like this, I'll be under the seat.
As I sit down like this, for my front now I drop my own.
How much?
4.250.
Who get this one?
Now plus them.
Now plus them.
Yes.
Okay, now, the person where you giving that work may come kidnap the woman. How will you say now?
Okay, no man. I don't know the man. Not say if I say I know the man, I talk to it. But there are 2 people where the one where we are be like a blue besides, you know the man.
What got you here?
We do a kidnap.
Who got kidnap?
It's the woman is from Aroko.
Who gave her the job?
I didn't know his name, but one of us know the guy name. So.
Who is that one of you?
It's Davis.
Where is he now?
I didn't know where he is now.
How did you kidnap the woman?
As we go, we use the local gun to go. So as we go, see we're coming from work we go. So we didn't even shoot anything. We just call her from the motor so she come out. And so we take her and come at the back of our house.
How many days you have paper?
The days we keep on is 1 week, 2 days.
You give her food?
Yes, we give her food.
Which place you are came from? Because back of our house, in far from Creek. How managed because police search back of your house, they don't see now.
Sir, back of the house, the palm tree that is there, if someone out there, you cannot see.
You know, when I talk ill of Nigerians will come to my comment section and say, your father and your mother, yourself, you people are also included. Of course, yes. When I say Nigerians have criminal tendencies, the first person you should look at is myself. In fact, there's a song I sang, I'm yet to develop, that say, can I ever see that I'm the problem in Nigeria?
Can I ever see this moment and I'm the problem in Nigeria? You better know it now. Swagged up. Can I ever see this moment and I'm the problem in the world?
Can I ever see that I am the problem in the world? An innocent heart fears no accusation. See, my parents, see, let me tell you, my first spot of condemnation starts from my father's people. My first spot of condemnation starts from myself, and that is the route, that is the means at which I continue purging and purging myself. That is the means at which I continue cleansing and cleansing myself. A man that is willing to castigate himself knows the act of perfection. That is a man that is willfully good. But you see all those people that when they mention Nigeria, they begin to escalate themselves. Sorry, they begin to exonerate themselves. They begin to, put themselves aside, separate themselves. Those are the ones that are the originals. Those are the ones that, God. Those are the ones that will mean that will deal with you. Those are the ones that are the truest bad eggs. Those are the ones that are shying away from being purged. Those are the ones that are shying away from being criticized, from being probed. Sorry. I always say this thing: consider every Nigerian a criminal, including myself, until proven otherwise. So what we're doing is, we come, we ask you, please search us thoroughly, search our hearts thoroughly. Search our hearts thoroughly to see whether all these improvements we've been making behind closed doors is actually working. Search us thoroughly. Consider us as criminals first. Do you understand? Because we know ourselves. But you that feels agitated the moment we make these installations, you are the one. They know now. A criminal tends to fidget. A true criminal tends to fidget when a people are called criminals and he feels he's included. Yeah, you see, guilty hearts, that's why they fear accusations. It's very simple. So, I am a Nigerian. I am a criminal. I am bad. I am evil. I have such tendencies. But every now and then, I will never give up in fighting those tendencies until I purge myself thoroughly. That's who I am.
Now, starting from the first clip, you can see vividly how Nigerians are undoing themselves as Nigerians. Like, if this is not man's inhumanity to man, what can we call this? And judging from the fact that they do these things to themselves, we do these things to ourselves, and it is okay, it is fine. People go about their business, nobody's talking about it, it is not an issue. But yet, this is just the minute, the ones I can lay my hands. Like I said, there are thousands and numerous of actions, attitude, crimes committed by Nigerians to themselves. Like the first one of the lady giving out an innocent child broke my heart to bits, to pieces, to shreds, because I keep wondering, where is the soul and the conscience of humans? Like a mother bearing a child for 9 months that you know very well you cannot take care of. In the first place, how do you open your legs wide to be impregnated without protection, and you bear a child and you give out that child in exchange of money, selling your blood, selling your child? Like, make it make sense that this kind of actions, crime, is going on in a country like this. First, though, within ourselves, and we see it as nothing at the end of the day. People are not talking about it. Nigerians will not address it. Nigerians will not talk about it. But when it has to do with other countries, especially they hear the name South Africa, oh, you needed to see the comment section of that video, how Nigerians were ranting. Oh, because the name South Africa is involved. But doing it within ourselves, amongst ourselves, to ourselves, is now a thing, right? You see people going about their way as though nothing is happening. And this is on the rampage, like on the increase. You can hear the policeman lament, right? And as well, see the other criminals that have been apprehended. Now, the third one, which is even the one that was extradited to the United States. Why did Nigerians not react to say, oh, why would the US, why would the United States even carry their citizen? Is it not just a crime? Is it not just a mere crime? Like a crime that was committed by Nigerians in Nigerians, and at the end of the day, caught by US and apprehended to the US. And Nigerians could not do or say anything. But I bet you if this was to be any other African country or South Africa, right? Nigerians would be crying out loud, crying me a river everywhere, supporting crime on its own. And the main objective and reason why I am talking about this is, why is it that when Nigerians see crime committed by their fellow Nigerians, they overlook and tend to see it as the normal way of life and something that is commonized? Meanwhile, they go out to other people's country, commit this same crime, even worse crime than this, and expect that yes, it's okay. It is the country and its citizens should accept it. Like if this man we are talking about now committed a crime, at the end of the day, we'll get to the root of it. You expect that the country should keep quiet and act as though nothing has happened? Like, make it make sense here. Why the hypocrisy? Why the sentiment? Why the bias? Because it has to do with a black race, it has to do with South Africa or what? The same thing if they hear that it's Ghana. Oh, but meanwhile, the things they perpetrate there, the crime they carry out there is so disgusting and irritating to the point that if you don't control your emotions, you will react and react so bitterly, so angrily. And that's why you see Chimdi in the other clip talking about how you should see Nigerians first. It is true what he said, even myself sitting here, because in life, you must always be faced with challenges. Temptation, to be more specific, that it is at that moment you define whom you are, whether you should fall into crime or you should abstain from crime, especially where nobody is watching or where it is so easy for you to commit that crime. And that's why we keep talking and basking on the fact that every Nigerian has criminal tendency until proven otherwise. How do you prove yourself? When you are faced with a situation where you should decide whether to commit a crime or not. It is not as though we sitting here talking are, perfect. There are challenges, there are situations that we are faced with on a daily basis to test our faith, to test our character, to test everything about us. And that's where I can sit down as a human, as a citizen of my country to say, no, regardless of how much this is worth, regardless of the fame, regardless of what this might benefit me temporarily, at the long run, destroy me, I am saying no to this. And that's what distinguishes and defines me of my personality and my existence at the end of the day. That's what simply Chimdi is stating. Because so many people will choose over and over again to commit the crime based off what they tend to achieve temporarily, especially for the quest for money and material things. Because looking at all these things, it boils down to the quest for quick money, urgent money, evil money, and getting all the material things in life, living flamboyantly at the expense of other people's lives, comfort, peace, and happiness. And you call this what at the end of the day? Now make it make sense. Make it make sense. I'm talking about that of us as Nigerians. Let other countries deal with their own problem, because I see them, even South Africans we are talking about, focused on dealing with their internal issues. Even the issue they have with the US, you see their citizens on the media all over talking about it, addressing it. And the worst part of it is that you can never see Nigerians on the internet talking about this deadly, critical, deteriorating issues that are eating us deep within. You don't see them. Where you will see the strength of all Nigerians is on people's matter, irrelevant, rubbish, useless, and worthless issues. Look at the issue of Two-Face, the one Nigerian celebrity marriage that just ended, or it's about to end. I don't even want to know. You see every Nigerian, both the one that is, schooled, the one that is married, single, that has never been proposed to. Everybody wants to talk. Tom, Dick, and Harry. Every human being wants to have a say on other people's private life, marital issues, but the one that don't even understand what marriage relationship is all about. You see them, that is what they are so interested in. Everywhere, Two-Face, Annie, Two-Face, Two-Face, Two-Face. But yet there are issues that are eating us deep. Maybe because it does not hit them directly. And I don't know if I should pray at this point that issues like this of kidnapping, killing should be hitting most of these people one-on-one, so that they will understand what we are talking about and feel the heat and begin to speak up. They speak up instead of channeling their energy to irrelevant, rubbish issues. You see them all over social media. I mean, go everywhere on the internet. Two-Face, Two-Face, Annie, Two-Face, Two-Face. Like, seriously? And I'm like, what is going on? Meanwhile, in reality, we are being hit hard with treacherous, painful, challenging, heartbreaking issues like this that has been put up. Right? And once they hear, boom, something happened in South Africa, something happened to Nigeria in Ghana, something happened to Nigeria in Cameroon, you see all of them, everybody. But yet, this is what is happening within us, and nobody will talk. Misplaced priority, rubbish attitude, blindfolded attitude. Now, how will the government take them? How will our government take us seriously? We have issues that is as pressing as MTN in the country now, that having data is a problem. I know how it's affecting me even as a creative. I recharge data the other day and I'm yet to get that data. I don't know if it's my bank or the mobile app that's holding my money or MTN at this point, and yet these are issues adding to what we are seeing, like the minute of it. There are more. A country where the police would jump over the fence. We saw it on the media just to apprehend criminals. No law, very lawless place, unsafe place. And all Nigerians will be interested in is looking for where they are not looking for them. Looking or attending to what is not attending to them. Make it make sense. Like now they feel that, okay, this whole thing that happened in South Africa is just as a result of hatred. They will tag it as usual. But going down to the bottom line, what did this man do? What did he do that caused or that would have reacted to this? They will not ask questions. Hey, don't go to South Africa. Why go to South Africa? And there are no Nigerians in South Africa who are living upright and living well, abiding to the laws. This is quite disgusting. This is quite irritating and annoying at this point for Nigerians, because at the end of the day, I feel pity for a country like this with misplaced priority. You can't see Nigerians use their data for reasonable things, addressing the issues and the challenges of the country that's pressing on both them. And you see them after they finish talking online, lamenting and making noise on other people's private life matter. The other time it was Yul Edochie, the actor. Now Two-Face is trending. Everybody, as if we don't have problems. When they finish, they will go back to face their reality. And that's one thing that pisses me off and makes me want to question, why is Nigeria like this? And why are Nigerians like this? Oh my God. Somebody please make it make sense, because things like this get me so pissed off. Like I said, we are not going to draw conclusions, but I solely believe that something would have led to the actions that happened in South Africa that has caused this. Right? But a soul and a life is precious and it's not made by anyone. So we cannot be so mean and cruel to saying we are drawing conclusions and to say if the law has not taken its course, it is deserving of. But till then, everything is pending, and may the soul of the young man and other people who I think have lost their life at this point rest in peace. But for how long will Nigerians continue to be lawless and not abiding to the laws of other countries, acting anyhow, non-patriotic in other people's country, and you expect the citizens to keep calm and the law enforcement agents to take it as though maybe all is well? Guys, I would love to go on and on, but you see, things like this gets me so pissed off. Sentiment aside, barriers aside, this is all shades of hypocrisy. Double standard. If it's another country, they can't talk. But once it's in an African country, they will talk. And talking rubbish, not even based on what caused this thing. What led to this thing? You see, Nigerians, when something happens, they don't go to the roots. They will just be on the surface and be jittering, making noise here and there. Hey, they hate us. South Africans hate us. Don't go to South Africa. Don't go to this country. Don't go. What are you doing about your worthless, useless, and disgusting attitude as a Nigerian? Don't worry. All these kidnappers and all these, armed robbers, I pray they visit you because you don't know the reality of what is happening. When they visit you or your loved one, the other day we saw how they unalived a young girl, a copper, a Nigerian that calls himself a singer, whatever. Until today, that matter is still pending. We don't know what is going on. Which one will we talk? Which one will we leave? And all these things are not hidden. They are open. You don't see them address it. Carry it on their head like this is an issue. It must stop. And watch if it will not stop. What about our national grid that is collapsing every now and then? In the process of filming this video, while you are hearing my voice, the light has been off and on. Like they keep taking the light. For days, we have epileptic electricity. Maybe I don't tell you. We suffer from electricity issue, the collapse of national grid. We suffer from data. We suffer from internet. We suffer from insecurity. Everything is affecting us as we speak. Being a creative in Nigeria is the biggest hassle, is the biggest problem you can ever face. But we show up regardless. So when you see me show my face and I don't show to the end, or at the end I show up a different way, it's the epileptic situation of our electricity. Is it like that in Ghana? Is it like that in South Africa? Is it like that in other countries that are even smaller? Let me say smaller. Leave South Africa aside now. They call them small country. But you see Ghana doing better. Can you compare Nigeria to South Africa? Never. I said never. Do we have free medical services here? Do we have good medical services here? What is it that we have in Nigeria that is working well, if not crime? Crime on the increase, crime on the rampage. Nothing. Every young child, every young boy and girl want to make it by hook or by crook without even minding the consequences of their actions and inactions. Guys, at this point, I'm so pissed. I'm so frustrated with what I see every day happening in my country, Nigeria. And all they can be quick to do on the media, you see them all over. South Africa. What about our criminals that are killing us here? How have we addressed it? What are we doing about it? Our politicians that are eating us deep, selling us. They've sold us to 20th generations to come on loan. On loan. Should I continue? Let me leave it here. Leave your thoughts in the comment section, because at this point, I'm pissed. I'm so pissed and disappointed with Nigerians. It's time for us to stop all this rubbish, errant nonsense. If you think what is happening in Nigeria is a good thing, and let it happen to you so that you experience it. The other girl that was on her life, all these people that have been kidnapped, killed innocently. If you think the pain their families are experiencing is good and it's okay, we should continue. Let it get to you so that you experience it and know how it feels, whether you will sit down and be talking about useless, irrelevant things instead of focusing on the main issues. You compare yourself to other countries who are constantly fighting their challenges and their problems. And how do we definitely get it right with all this kind of attitude? Always the problem, always a problem, always a problem to other people. Anyways, like I said, let's talk in the comment section. And I will see you in my next one. I'm out.